Hello, everyone. We are live at 5 here at Broadway.com. It is Thursday, February 20th. I'm Paul Wontorek.
And I'm Andy Lefkowitz.
And over there, we have Caitlin Moynihan.
Hello.
How are you, Caitlin?
I'm super.
Super?
Yeah,
Just
super.
Busy. It's busy
Busy,
here.
but
It is
super.
Busy
quite
here. The
busy.
spring
Yeah.
season is heating up.
It's
It
here.
sure is.
Caroline Bowman is here.
Yes, Kinky Boots.
Fantastic in Kinky Boots.
Yes.
She was fantastic in Wicked. I saw her in Gypsy.
What?
I didn't see her in Evita. I wish I did. Anyway, there's a lot to talk about. But first, today's top 5.
One of our favorites is going to learn what baking can do.
Oh my God, this is incredible news. I was really excited when I found this out today.
Yeah.
So Shoshana Bean is the next Jenna in Waitress. And we were all kind of just
Speaking
waiting
of
and wondering.
Alphabuzz.
Yes, speaking of
Speaking of
Alphabuzz.
Alphabuzz.
Totally.
I always thought of Jenna and Waitress as more of a Glinda kind of track, but
Ooh.
like Shoshana's sort of a interesting choice for it. I like it.
So Shoshana Bean, wasn't she the first replacement for Adina?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
She like the stand. Yes, absolutely. Well, Edna
Yes.
Espinosa was a standby, and then
Yep.
yes, Shoshana. Yes, absolutely.
So she played the role from 2005 to 2006, and she has not been back on Broadway
I
since.
know.
So this is a big
She's
deal.
been in LA making
Yeah,
music. And,
indeed. And we saw her this past summer in Songs for a New World at Encores.
She dipped her toes back
She
in.
sure did, guys. And she's going to kick off performances in Waitress on March 18th, and she's replacing Stephanie Torrens, whose final performance will be March 17th.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And full casting is here for this upcoming new play, and that's a fact.
So this play I don't know much about yet. Ink. It's the
Yeah.
new play. It's James Graham wrote it, and it's about what Rupert Murdoch and
The Making of the Sun.
Larry Lamb. It's like a newsroom kind of story. I don't know much about it, but I'm really excited about it. We
super
already
pumped.
knew that Bertie Carvel, who you all loved in Matilda, and Johnny Lee Miller are starring in it, and they did it in London.
Yep.
And now we know the rest of the cast. Andrew Durand, who was recently in Head Over Heels, will be in there. David Wilson Barnes, Bill Buell, Eden Maryshaw, Colin McPhillamy, and more. I just like saying his name. Rupert Gould is directing it, so I have high hopes. He's a very talented guy. I'm really excited for it. It starts April 2nd at the Samuel J. Friedman Theater, and it plays through June 9th, which is
The day of the Tony Awards.
Tony Sunday.
Whoa.
We're going to start talking about the Tonys.
Yeah.
It's February.
And we already know what our new favorite TV show is going to be, and it hasn't even started filming yet.
Yes. So
Do we? Oh,
I'm
we know.
set. I'm
I didn't know
I
we knew.
do.
So
I
two
do.
of our favorites are teaming up for a new musical TV pilot. Skylar Astin and Alex Newell are going to appear in Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist, which NBC is producing as a pilot. So this is a series about
What's it about?
a socially awkward girl named Zoe, to be played by Jane Levy, who learns that she can hear the inner thoughts of people in the form of big musical numbers, which I
Here
feel like
for
we
it,
all
here
do
for
here
it.
at Broadway.com. But hey, Skylar Astin will play her best friend Max, and Alex Newell will play her neighbor Mo. So
Mo?
Mo.
Why not?
Anyway.
Five guys named Mo. Remember that show? You're
I
too
do.
young.
Like, girlfriend, I'm not too young.
Okay.
Come on. Anyway, this will.
So it's a pilot,
It's a
though. We
pilot.
don't
So,
know, so-
basically, it means sit back and cross your fingers. So, yeah, that's that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
BRB, we're going to LA.
Hey, have we mentioned Carolyn Bowman was a fantastic Elphaba?
Yes.
You know who else was? Idina Menzel.
Yes.
She originated the role. And we recently saw her on the New York stage in Skin Tight, which
Yes.
was a really good play that Joshua Harmon wrote, correct? And they did it roundabout. She
Yep.
was really fantastic in the show. And she played Jody, and her father... Oh my God, it's a lot of drama.
A lot of drama.
It was a lot. She went through a lot. Anyway, now she's going to take the performance to LA and do it at the Geffen Playhouse. When is this happening? September 3rd through October 6th. And it was fantastic. So make sure you see it if you didn't get to see it here.
such a
or even
good
if you
play.
didn't see it, go see it again.
Yeah.
And it's good that I'm glad Adina's going to be on stage again so soon.
Totally.
And after we're done seeing Skin Tight, we're just going to hop on over and see this twice extended world premiere.
Look at that.
Yeah, it all
So
works.
La Jolla Playhouse has announced a second extension to the Princess Diana musical, Diana. It will now run through April 14th at La Jolla. As we all know, this is the musical that's written by the Memphis team. Joe DiPietro and David Bryan wrote it, and it's directed by Christopher Ashley. Performances kicked off on February 19th. And it stars Jano DeWall, a former Kinky Boots star, as
Wait, it
Princess
started
Diana.
last night?
Yeah,
it
man.
Oh
started
my
last
God,
night.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to
Today's the
cut it off
21st,
Jenna
isn't
Duvall.
it? Is today the
Sorry.
20th?
No,
I
today's the
can't believe
20th.
it happened. First performance.
Yeah, it kicked off,
Today's the
guys.
20th,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway,
Judy Kaye
yeah,
is
Jenna
playing
Duvall
Queen
plays,
Elizabeth?
and I saw her do it. I saw her reading.
Did you really?
They did it up at SUNY Purchase.
Oh, no way,
It's
dude.
it's really interesting show. It's kind of rock and roll.
Okay,
It's
cool.
not like, you might think royal family is going to be really buttoned up. No, it's
I pictured like a catered affair.
it's
No?
it's
Is it a
British
deep cut?
rock. It's a
Okay.
lot of British rock, and there's swear words in it.
Oh my goodness, Judy
Ooh.
And
Kaye is
Judy
going to
Kaye
swear.
is the queen, and she gets a big moment. Anyway,
She better get a moment.
also on Broadway.com, the play that goes wrong opened off Broadway
It
at New World
did.
Stages. We have photos from that opening, and Christiane Pitts has her seventh episode of her
episode.
King Kong vlog. And also, we didn't know officially yesterday, but the Emmy Awards.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
The Emmy
yes,
nominations,
dude.
Broadway.com did get nominated for Emmys.
Yeah.
Yes.
For our Tony special.
Yep.
And for, this is exciting, Character Study.
Oh, yeah, character
Which is
study.
interesting.
Yes.
It's a series that we do
And
on the
you
site.
got a nomination for on-camera host.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Andy.
Congratulations,
Thank you for not
dude.
making me have to say it.
Yes.
It's very
Five
exciting.
Tony nominations. Emmy nominations
Emmy
for you.
nominations.
It's not a
I just
Tony.
have
Next
It's
step,
I just
Tony
have the
nominated.
EGOT. I
It's a
just
New
have
York
the
Emmy.
EGOT on my brain
It's all
already
good.
for
It's
you.
very exciting. Thank you.
You bet it, dude.
Hey, Caitlin, tell us more about today's guest.
Gladly. Yes, we have Caroline Bowman in the studio with us today. She's currently back in Kinky Boots, but this time is Nicola. She was part of the ensemble in the original Broadway cast of the show. So look, it's full circle moment here. As we said, she was previously in Elphaba and Wicked, and her other stage credits include Spamalot and Evita. And Gypsy. She's been in a lot of wonderful things. Make sure to follow her on social media at Caroline Bowman 5 and leave all of your questions in the comments below. Please welcome Caroline and Paul.
Thank you, Caitlin. Who are Caroline Bowman 1, 2, 3, and 4?
I don't know. 5
they're-
is my favorite number.
Okay, it works.
And I just thought you had to have it. When I made my Instagram, I thought you had to have a number. So
You thought you had to have a number?
I didn't really get it. Like, I don't really understand like Twitter and stuff. And when I first created my Instagram, I was like, I gotta have a 5. It's my favorite number. But a lot of people ask me that.
Do you remember
Who's 1,
old
2, 3, 4?
AOL email addresses?
Oh yeah,
and how
I
they
still
always
have
had-
one.
Yeah, she still has one.
I have one. No, my manager made me make a Gmail when I moved to, when I signed
Your
with her.
manager was
She
like, "I'm embarrassed
She was
to
like, I need a
be-"
Gmail.
No, but they were always like either like your birth year or your. I remember mine was my age.
Oh, yeah.
And then it was like, wait, I'm not that age anymore. It's weird. And
Mine
you're
was
like this.
CVB 1199.
Sure. November '99. Anyway,
I was 11 in the year 99. It's very.
how are you?
I'm great.
How's life on the Broadway?
It's good. It's
Yeah?
good.
So let's talk about your history with Kinky Boots.
Yeah.
You were in the ensemble
I was.
originally?
Yes, I was in the original cast.
Okay, and did you cover
So I covered Nicola.
Nicola? Okay.
And I did all the workshops while I was in.
And Lena Hall, or Selena Carvajal opened the show.
Yes.
Now
yeah,
she's
I
Lena
understand that.
Hall.
Yeah. And Annalie Ashford.
Right, yes, yes,
all the peeps.
So you were in the ensemble and you covered the role.
And I covered the role.
Did you go on?
I never went on because I actually left rather
Pretty soon
soon
after.
because I booked the Evita tour. So we won the Tony, and then I was like, "This is cool. I'm gonna go play Evita." I was actually really upset to leave because it was. I mean,
Yeah.
performing at the Tony Awards is a highlight of my life.
Yeah.
Like it's up there next to my wedding. I'd
Yeah.
say.
So, and then when did you come back as Nicola?
I came back about a year ago,
A year
last
ago.
February.
Yeah. And now the show is winding down.
The show's winding down.
How does that feel?
You know, it's sad, but I think a lot of us have just embraced it, and so we're really everybody's coming to the theater and performing every show with all they have. I feel like that. And it's just a special show to be a part of, and the producers are so amazing, and they gave us 6 months notice.
Yeah.
Which is like very rare.
It's amazing.
So we've had time to kind of cope and just acknowledge that it's happening. And
Yeah. But the last week, everyone still might be sobbing.
I agree.
Yeah.
And the final performance, it's not open to the public. It's not.
Really?
They're not selling it, so it's going to be like an opening night again. It's going to be like.
Oh, I want to get in that. Wait a minute.
You should. Come on, you are
get
Mr.
in
Broadway. You got to be there.
I'm into it.
Yeah, it'll
oh,
be
wow,
fun.
I didn't know.
It's just going to be like 5 minutes of applause after every number. It's going to be a 3-hour-long Kinky
I
Boots.
love final performances. They're pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So you were with the show when it first was out of town, right? In Chicago. That's where it started. It's so funny when you think about, Kinky Boots will go on in history as like one of the longest running Broadway musicals, such a smash hit. But it's so interesting when you think about when it first started, it was kind of like, is it going to be a hit? You know what I mean? Nothing is guaranteed. And
totally.
It felt like a crapshoot at the time.
Well, this was my first experience too, doing the whole creative process and seeing, and I got, I was 23. I just like kind of sat back and was like, Jerry Mitchell and like Cyndi Lauper is just randomly walking in the room. Like, what's happening? And so, yeah, I obviously thought it was wonderful, but I didn't know what I just kind of listened and did what I was told. And when I was told to move a set piece, I moved a set piece. When I was told to sing Higher by Stephen Aramis, I sang Higher.
Yeah, Stephen Aramis, he loves to do that.
He does love to raise some keys.
Yeah, speaking of singing high, how was Evita?
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm sure. So that was the national tour of the Broadway, production. Was that a dream role?
I didn't really think about
know it
before.
Did you know the show? Did you know it before? But you just never like pictured yourself.
I didn't know it. No, I truly didn't. I mean, I listened. I've obviously loved Patti LuPone, and she's fierce. But
she watches every day from London.
She does.
So not true, but I like to think.
It's true. It's true.
I think I would melt if Patti LuPone was. Well, I'm melting right now because I'm sitting next to Paul.
It'd be live at 10. Dolls, live at 10 in London. She just got off stage. Anyway,
live at 10.
Evita is an epic role.
Epic. I think I didn't. I didn't know too much about it before I did it, and then I started singing. I got the audition and I started singing through the songs, and I was like, I really like this. Wow, let's give it a go.
Yeah.
And then I kept getting called back, and I was like, this could be a real thing, I guess. And it ended. I mean, it's one of my favorite things I've ever done. It's just it was really cool. I could have played that role for a lot longer.
And then we have to, of course, talk about Wicked. I mean, these are big singing roles. You're a big singer.
I try.
It's something you do.
I try.
So Elphaba.
Yeah.
Now, was that a role that you'd sort of thought about?
Yes.
We talked about Dina Menzel earlier. The original cast recording and Defying Gravity and all of that. So that was something you definitely.
Yes, I saw Wicked for my Sweet 16 birthday. That was
Who was in it?
Adina Menzel.
Oh, you saw Dina?
Yeah, I
Okay.
saw the original cast.
Okay.
And I, by that time, had already memorized the whole album.
Right.
And was just sitting there and was like, yeah, I want to do that.
Yeah.
I want to do that. And when I moved to New York, that was I was like, cool. I don't have an agent. I don't know. I'm just going to go and audition for Telsey because they cast Wicked.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And that was kind of I was like, cool, I'm going to do this. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
it
what
worked out.
What was the biggest? So when you sort of secret something like that and you think of it ahead of time, what was the biggest surprise once you actually got in the show? What was different about it than maybe what you thought ahead of time?
Well, when I secreted it the first time,
Secreted.
When I
Sure.
secreted it the first time, that was I got in the ensemble. I understudied the role, and that was my Broadway debut. And I think I had been thinking about it for. I mean, it was like years. I mean, I was like going to sleep dreaming about being in Wicked. And then I think I'll never forget after the first rehearsal, we rehearsed on the stage, and that track is like a split dance track. So I was doing the lifts, and I was doing, and I can do that stuff, but like the first day dancing on a rake stage, and standing on my first Broadway stage, I just came home and just started crying, and I was like, this is so overwhelming, and there's so much music, and oh my gosh, I'm never gonna be able to do it. I was like, they're gonna fire me tomorrow. Like I did not think I was gonna keep the job.
Yesterday, Helena York was here, and she talked about the first time she walked on stage in Greece. She just started crying.
Yeah.
She said, I was supposed to be sexy, and this is like a thing. It's just
Oh,
you
yeah.
get really overcome in the moment.
Come on, it's like all your dreams are coming true. It's really crazy when your dreams come true.
Yeah.
Like it's really overwhelming because it's just overwhelming. There's no other word for it.
So when you joined the cast, who was playing Elphaba?
Jackie Burns.
Jackie Burns. Isn't
Jackie
she
Burns.
now on the tour? I think she.
Yeah, she's playing it with Kara. She's playing it with Kara, who was my Glinda.
Yeah, see that.
Yeah,
Wow.
and I love Jackie.
We love them all. We love them all.
Yeah.
circle.
Hi, ladies.
And
They're definitely watching.
Yeah.
They're definitely
Definitely watching.
Kara
Jackie Burns
and
is
Jackie.
obsessed. So When did
love
you
them.
first get to go on for Jackie? And were you terrified?
Terrified.
What was that? What was that moment like?
Oh my
when
gosh.
You're actually like, okay, girl, this is it.
So, yeah, the standby was Donna Vivino, who's
Yeah.
also
Yes.
incredible. So I had
Fantastic.
2 amazing examples of Elphaba
Yeah.
to go off of, and the night before, Jackie was out and Donna was on, and Donna wasn't feeling good. So after the show, she kind of like was like, "Hey, just so you know," and so
Oh my God.
I think my eyes like bopped out of my head. Also, that night, so at that same time when
Yeah.
I went on for the first time as Elphaba, I believe I had bed bugs, which we don't say in New York City.
Great
So
New
I
York
think I like
story.
I was sleeping in a hotel. Because I didn't want to sleep anywhere near my apartment.
Right.
And so I had my script open on my hotel bed. I'm not even sure which hotel I was staying in, somewhere in Midtown.
Uh-huh.
And I was just going through my lines, and then I watched The Wizard of Oz.
Oh, I love that.
Because I was like, I really want to get into character.
I love that. What preparation.
And then I hadn't even gotten like the actual call that I was going on. And then at 11 in the morning, I think the stage manager called me and said, "You're going to go on today." And so I ran to the gym, and I like went in the steam room and was like, normally I do like little teeny tiny warm-ups in the steam room at the gym. And I was like, woo, 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 like just like going crazy in there. And then what was so cool was I got to go on twice because it was a Saturday.
Okay.
And so my whole family lives in Maryland.
Oh, they made it up for the
Caitlin,
evening show?
They got to come up. So I had like
Aw.
We're like only 3
tons
hours
of
away.
people. Oh
That's
my gosh, they
amazing.
jumped on the train. It
So
was like,
easy.
and my mom is very yogi and spiritual and we're very connected.
Okay.
So she was already planning on coming up. She was like already on her way.
Oh, okay.
So she was.
That's amazing.
She's like, I know she's going on tonight, and I'm not going to miss it. So I got to have a lot of people at my second
Wow.
show.
That's great.
was cool.
Speaking of Alpha, what?
It was just crazy. I was just reliving it.
Reliving the moment. Speaking of alphabets, I got to see you with another alphabet, Julia Murney, in Gypsy. Was
Yes.
that last summer? 2 summers ago. In Cape Cod.
Was that
At
2 summers ago
was it?
already?
I don't know,
I
a year and a
think
half ago. Year and a half ago.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it was 2
Yeah,
summers
yeah,
ago.
that
That's
sounds right.
crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. You
That
were
was so
fantastic.
cool that you were
Louise.
there.
You were
Yeah.
fantastic. Yeah.
And you were there with Sutton Foster.
I
weren't you?
was name dropping.
Well, and
Well, Jennifer
I
Cody was in it too.
was freaking out, and
Because of
you
Sutton?
were so wonderful.
What did I do?
Well, we walked around because somebody told me that she was there, and I'm a huge Sutton Foster fan, and
This is another trend of the
geeking out.
week.
Oh, yesterday.
Yesterday, Helena York was
Was
saying how
Helena?
she can't face.
I'm obsessed with
she
Helena
can't face
too.
Sutton
Helena's
Foster.
my
So tell
girl.
me.
No, I just like can't. I turn to mush. Like I can't. I don't know what I'm gonna do if I ever have to do a show with her. But I was like standing away from the group, and you just came up and put your arm around me and like brought me in, and you were like, "This is Caroline. She was on the
Aw,
show."
how sweet of
It
me.
was so nice.
That's
I
so
was
nice
like,
of me.
Paul, and then I'm like, oh, and Paul's touching me too. I was just like a whole like I was just a big.
Stop.
I was like peeing my pants.
Oh, stop. Let's talk about your husband.
Okay, it's my favorite subject.
Austin. That's your
It's
favorite
my
topic?
favorite topic.
Yeah.
He's watching.
Is he? Oh,
pretty
good.
sure,
Hi,
yeah.
I
Austin.
think.
He's a Jersey Boys
Yeah.
off Broadway. Yeah. So that's exciting. You guys are both working
Yeah.
right now in New York.
Yeah,
That's
isn't
cool.
that crazy?
And how long have you been married?
We've been married a year, and we got married November 2017, so a year and a couple months.
Congrats.
Thank you.
And how's it going?
Great.
How'd you guys fall in love? How did he get you to fall for him?
Oh,
I mean,
it's so
he's very
easy.
cute. Yeah.
He's so easy.
Yeah.
He's so dreamy and he's the best man. I met him through friends when I was home in Maryland. Whoop
Oh.
whoop.
Whoop, whoop,
Okay.
Maryland.
Yeah,
Cool.
and that was it. And then he was doing the DC theater thing, and I was up here and didn't think it was going to work, and it totally worked. And we were long distance for a long time.
Okay.
Because I was on tour, he was on tour. He did the Sound of Music tour.
Okay.
But it's a no-brainer. He's freaking awesome. He's also an amazing Bob Gaudio. Like,
Oh, yeah?
so meant to play that role.
I need to go see it. I haven't seen it in a
And he was up for
it.
it a lot for the Broadway
Uh-huh.
production. And so it was kind of only a matter of time. And he's really good.
Awesome.
It's really good.
Cool. And you have a dog.
And I have a dog. And we just found out he's 50% German Shepherd, 12.5, 23andMe. No, for dogs, is that
No.
Wisdom
That's
Panel.
the same thing.
Oh.
This is not an ad. Hashtag
Wait, what's it
not an
called?
ad. Wisdom Panel.
Oh, Henry needs that. Okay.
It's cool.
Yeah.
And then it's
What's your dog's name?
Kodak.
Right, Kodak.
Kodak.
Great.
Hashtag Kodak moments.
A lot of Kodak moments, I'm sure, yeah. So wait, okay, 50% German Shepherd.
50% German. Basically, he's
This is
a
very
wolf.
important information.
He's basically a wolf. He may or may not
okay.
be 90 pounds, and we live in New York
Oh my
City.
God.
But you know what? It's okay.
You can
We
make it
also
work.
live way uptown, so we live near like the biggest dog park, and it's so fun. Gets us
Awesome.
out of the house.
Cool.
So,
Hey, Caitlin.
Yes.
What kind of questions are happening online?
Yes, we got a lot of questions. So
No.
George, this is really cute. George says, "Are there any dream roles you'd love to play opposite your husband?"
Ooh.
oh my gosh, we talk about this all the time, but have we settled on anything? There's what have we talked about? Oh shoot, he's gonna kill me. We've talked about My Fair Lady, but that's not really us playing opposite.
Right.
What else? I don't know. Can you think of anything? What have we talked about?
I don't know. I'm not there with you guys.
I know. I don't know what we talked about. We'll stick with. Well, final answer. Of course, there's
Wait, could he be like a Fiero?
Oh, he could totally be a Fiero.
Yeah.
Do it.
Totally
Let's
be a
Would
do
you
it.
get
Fiero.
into green again?
I never say never.
It's interesting when I ask former Alphabets that question. It's a lot. It's sort of a big
Yeah.
thing to think about stepping back into that.
Totally.
Right? Yeah. Yeah,
But
it's a
he would
lot.
be an amazing Fiero.
Yeah.
It's like a one night only with him as Fiero.
Right?
Or something.
Sure.
Yeah.
You actually
Just
can do it
sell
right
out.
here. We can do it here anytime.
We can do it here.
I would love
As
to
long
hear you
as you're
sing
mine.
the score with it. Sure.
We've done a concert together and we've sung it. We've sung As Long As You're Mine. So
Oh, there you go.
That
you know,
counts.
there we go.
Yes. Oh, so Brian is asking about what's it like to play divas like Lady of the Lake and Nicola.
Oh, Lady of the Lake and Nicola. I love
Yeah.
that they go hand in hand. It's amazing. I mean, it's empowering.
Nicola is a diva.
Nicola is a diva.
She's a
She know what she
handful.
knows what she wants.
Sure.
That's what I always say. I'm like, if
Shoes.
you're listening closely, she's not actually a total biatch.
Okay.
If you're listening closely.
Okay.
But I have to defend
You
my
don't
characters.
seem like you're even like a drop of biatch. like that. You're really like acting. Nicola. You're
Yes.
taking on a character persona.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I love that. So Zach wants to know what's it like working with Carey.
Oh, it's awesome. We
Carey
have this
who?
Carey St. Louis.
I'm kidding. We love her.
We love her. She's definitely watching. She's
Yeah,
not.
definitely. Hi, Carey. She's been here.
It's awesome. We actually have dressing rooms on the same floor, so we're just like we leave our doors open and scream back and forth to each other. And we joke about like breaking down the wall. We just need to have a curtain between us. Not even really, because sometimes she just brings her costumes into my dressing room and gets changed because we're like we can't stop talking.
I
We
don't
have
think
a
you can
great
actually take any walls down. The producers of Moulin Rouge might have plans for those rooms.
I know.
They're moving in.
I
To that
know.
theater, yeah.
There are. I
They're
feel
putting
like
a
they're
windmill
already
on top, I think.
Of
Right?
course they are. They have to
They
put
have
a
to be.
Of
windmill.
course they are.
Oh, Moulin Rouge. Oh, it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, me too.
Amazing. We can do last question.
Okay.
So Josh wants to know that you've done a lot of vocally and emotionally and physically demanding roles in your life. How do you take care of yourself and 2 show days, and how do you just keep your body nice and good?
It's a lot of sleep. Eating really well. I mean, it's kind of like that's kind of
Yeah.
obvious, but I like to do a good workout before I perform. Like I like to sweat. Even before auditions, I treat auditions like they're a performance because it wakes everything up. It gets my voice awake. It gets my whole body, it's a whole body. It's a sport. So if you treat yourself like an athlete, then it's that it makes you successful, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I try, but yeah, that's mainly it. Sleep and working out and eating healthy,
Gotta
which
take
is
care
the
of yourself.
standard for life, I guess.
True.
Totally.
Well, that's good advice.
And
I'm gonna go work out right after this.
great, let's go together.
Okay.
Oh no, I think I have a show.
Ah, you have a
Bummer.
show. So you are over in Kinky Boots. When does it close? The end of
April 7th.
April 7th. Okay. And you're playing Nicolette. This is at the Al Hirschfeld Theater. In Kinky Boots. I mean, how could you go wrong? You guys, I know you've probably seen Kinky Boots, but maybe you haven't. And
A
now
lot of
is
people
like,
haven't. A lot of
that-
people are rushing to see it. So
Yeah, it's a
yeah.
fantastic cast, and it's only gonna get better. And I can't wait. I gotta try to get into that final
Yeah.
VIP
Come on.
Literally.
performance. Cyndi Lauper, help me out. Thank you, Caroline. Great to see you.
Thank you.
Hey, Caitlin, why don't you take us out?
Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. We are live at 5 every single day on Facebook. You can listen to us in a podcast form by searching for hashtag live at 5 and hit that subscribe button. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking to Ashley Park from Mean Girls.